Leandra massages her temples as she emerges from the trance. It worked, trance. But everything was so strange. I saw a place in the road that leads to it. So many mistakes, I'm sorry. It's to the south of here, within the boundaries of the world wound. But I didn't see Targona. Something separates us from her. She's not in a different plane, and yet she's not fully on this plane either. However, there is one thing I can say with certainty. The creator of the sword is not dead. Her heart still beats. A desolate hovel has been revealed. Praise heaven. Thank you, righteous Eleandra, and you, champion. Is it possible that I could be reunited with my dear sister and companion? Ah, this day is joyful indeed. I'm afraid this day is not as joyful as you may think, Angel. My scouts have returned. There's an unknown detachment moving in this direction. They look like cultists and they're coming straight toward us. Like they know we're here. I'm not sure what's going on, but we have to stop them. Could somehow have discovered the secret of Pulura's fall? My heart is filled with worry. Well, my heart is filled with worry for the temple and its brave inhabitants. Champion, we must go and help Cather. Wait, we're going to fight alongside an angel? I mean, technically we're an angel ourselves now, but still, you know what I mean. Eleandra grows pale. Yes, please go with him. You are the Knight Commander of the Crusade, and Cather is our faithful ranger and protector. Surely together you can hold off the cultists, but the Herald of the Yomide should remain here. We cannot risk him being seen outside the temple. I'll go gather the soldiers and then follow the commander and Cather. Do you think this is related to our arrival? Could they have followed us here? I can't say for sure, but we should expect the worst. You may have been followed, but that doesn't mean they've discovered our secret. And even if they have, we might be able to stop them before they can send back a report of our location. That's why we must take action, and quickly. Well, alrighty. Not sorry. Second, I'm just going to take a look. Do we have new dialogue options, maybe? Hand of the Inheritor. Oh no, we can't talk to him. Okay, never mind.
Our path leads on.
Seems the undead may solve our problem for us. Sarenre, have mercy on us. We may have failed you, but we ask you to save us. Wait, are these really cultists? Damn it. I don't want to watch the undead kill innocent people.
Close ranks!
Exhausted by their battle with the undead, the alleged cultists sit in weary silence. Only one of them dares to speak up. He seems to be the de facto leader of the group. Mercy, we ask for mercy. His shoulders droop slightly, though he tries to appear confident, and in that moment you suddenly realize you've seen him before. In the vision you had in the caves of Kinabris, you saw how Angel Lariel and his ally were betrayed by their comrades. He was in the vision you had when you were in the caves near Kinabris. This tall half-elf was among those who betrayed Lariel and offered prayers to the monster that killed him. These past years have aged him, and he's no longer young. Yet despite his grey hair and worn features, his manner and bearing have not changed. He looked at the fallen angel in your vision with the same mixture of boldness and uncertainty that you see before you now. Who are you? State your names. There does not lower his weapon, and his gaze is stern and unyielding. I recognize you. The one who begs for mercy was among the traitors who lured the angel Ariel into a trap. The leader of cultists turns pale at the sound of Lariel's name. His lips tremble, but he seems to have lost the ability to speak. What? Traitors and demon worshippers here? We shouldn't have helped them. We must finish what the undead started. There, stop. We can't kill those who beg humbly for mercy, or we will be no better than the demons. That's true. That is very true. When I look into their souls, I see grief, fear, and repentance, not evil. We must take them to the temple and heal them, then ask questions. Damn it, priestess, are you out of your mind? You've just revealed our secret to total strangers. Iriandra speaks softly, so that only you and Cather can hear. Morgraine, forgive me, and you, Cather, as well. You are a great warrior, the best we have, but I cannot take your side in this, and if I went along with you, I would be ashamed to see my own reflection in the holy waters of Pulura. The priestess raises her voice. I am the high priestess of Pulura's fall. Guards, I order you to take these people to the temple. And on the subject of secrets, Commander, you should talk to the prisoner yourself. I believe you too will see the truth of his heart, and the absence of evil in his soul. Maybe he was somehow manipulated by this Arielu Volesh to betray the angel? Maybe. Oren the Bear, the Bloodstone clan, and the Balemoon clan bowed before me. Suspicious traveler. Okay. Well, that's it. We can return. Wait, there's still loot? Where? Am I blind? Deploy the garrison. You can see it, right? On the map. The map says suspicious traveler, gear, loot. But I'm pressing the button, tabulator, but there's nothing. Maybe it's just buggy or something?
Godspeed.
Where are the prisoners anyway? We don't have a prison here. Arguing about what to do with the prisoners, the commander should talk to them. Okay, so, I mean, the prisoners are not kept in the library, right? So probably not the quarters of the High Priestess. So where are the prisoners?
We march ahead.
Cultist looks up at you, his face worn and haggard. Temple of Pulura. How strange. I didn't think it had survived. Tell me who you are, and what part you played exactly in the death of the angel Lariel, and for your own sake, do not forget a single detail that might be of importance. The cultist looks down at the floor. My name is... Actually, it doesn't matter. I don't want to reveal the name of my clan and bring shame upon it, and my own name means nothing. I'm a Sarkorian by birth, but I came to Mendev with refugees when I was a child. I grew up in an orphanage at Diomedes' temple, and when I was old enough, I joined the Crusaders there. I was a good scout, inquisitive, daring, not afraid to go into the most dangerous places. At least that's what my commanding officers thought. In truth, though, I've just always been drawn to the forbidden and dangerous. When an angel came to my commanding officer and asked for a few people to accompany him on a dangerous mission, they chose me. The angel wanted to find the outcasts, those first crusaders who either succumbed to demonic corruption or were accidentally infected. These outcasts then gave birth to mutilated children. According to the rumors, they sought refuge in the caves beneath Canabris, away from the judging eyes and pyres. I was sent there to look for any traces of their presence, and those caves are deadly. An immense labyrinth of passages, running deeper and deeper, all the way down to the Darklands, and after hearing of the angel's plan to descend into that place, someone decided to make it his grave. The Darklands are an immense series of caverns, vaults, and passages under the surface of Golarion. While entrances to the Darklands can be found throughout the world, it is uncommon for travelers to venture into the almost universally unsafe depth. I probably have no right to ask forgiveness for what I have done, but I was very young, and I never liked being a crusader. Rising early in the morning, training and marching in formation. I've been forced to do that my whole life. In the orphanage where I grew up, all the children were made to march like little soldiers as soon as they could walk. But he promised something different, something new. He, not she, okay. He said we shouldn't be afraid of demons. Sure, narrow-minded prigs claimed that demons were murderers and destroyers, but that wasn't true. Demons were actually strong and free, and they were ready to share their power and freedom with any who would join them. And I believed him. I often thought about Arelu Volesh, an ordinary Sarkorian just like me, ascended to incredible height after she chose to serve Deskari. Oh, Deskari talked to him. If it worked for her, I thought, why not me? So I agreed to betray the angel. I lied to him, told him I'd found the outcasts he was looking for, and lured him into a trap. Do you feel remorse for your actions? Yes, and no. There's such a fine line between remorse and disillusionment. The cultist shakes his head wearily. He gave me power just as he promised. I spent years in the cult of Deskari, enjoying that power and basking in the adoration of the weak. And yet, well, I saw so many crusaders who fought with honor until the very end. When I looked into their eyes, I remembered the proud, noble spirit of the angel that I had betrayed. I missed the camaraderie, the sincerity. 70 years is a long time, even for a half-elf, and I see many things differently now than I did when I was young. Who is this he you keep... Obviously Deskari. Come on, keep up. The cultist shudders slightly and whispers, he's the echo of Deskari. He's an avatar of the great demon lord, his archpriest. He once led the fight against the god Erodin, but was defeated. He has never forgotten or forgiven those responsible for his humiliation. The cultist hangs his head, and he knows you are here. He was the one who guided us to this place. He brought us to the wasteland and told us to move forward in search of the unknown. I know that the herald of the Lightbringer is here with you somewhere. Warn him. Warn him that the echo knows he is here. That is all I can do for you. Now we need to talk to him immediately. You hear the distant sounds of conversation. Eliandro and Kathair appear to be having an intense discussion. Their voices are not raised, but you can feel the tension between them, like a gathering storm that could break at any moment. I have apologized for using my powers as the High Priestess to pressure you like I did, but I had to intervene. You would have brought harm to those poor, miserable people. I can read the souls of others, and when I looked at them, I saw no evil, only fear and grief. Enough, Priestess. I don't mind you giving me a tongue lashing. You could scold me as much as you want, I won't be offended. But do not expect me to forget about my duty. I am responsible for the safety of this temple, and that safety is threatened by those cultists. We need to interrogate them, and if necessary torture them, until they reveal the truth of how they came to be here. Was it by chance or by choice? Even if it's the former, letting them go is out of the question. They may not have any evil intentions, but they still cannot be trusted. If they prove their innocence, they will remain here as prisoners. My righteous friends, your words are an endless circle. You've gone round and round, but you are no closer to making a decision. Echo of Discari. Requires Angel Mythic Path. There is right. No, first we're going with important information. I have learned some important information. The leader of the cultists serves the Echo of Discari, and that monster knows the hand of the inheritor is here at the temple. The Echo of Discari. The herald sounds strangely subdued and his voice is grim. This is an enemy I know. The Echo is a terrible monster and a formidable foe. Few are his equal. He is an avatar of Discari, alike in form, but possessing an independent consciousness and unrelenting malice. Is he responsible for Lariel's death? No, don't bother with a reply. I already know the answer. You see, Leandra, we've led a serpent inside our house, a servant of a demonic beast. Let me interrogate him along with the others. They showed up outside our walls at the exact time as the Herald and the Knight Commander. I do not believe they are here by accident. Enough, Kater. I forbid you from conducting an interrogation. Not just for the sake of those poor people, but for your sake as well. Your soul is pure and devoted to duty, but every time you justify bad behavior for a good cause, you take a step toward evil. Oh, someone should tell half of humanity. That is one of the most important sentences that you could ever read in life, trust me. Every time you justify bad behavior for a good cause, you take a step toward evil. Never forget that. Write it down, hang it above your heads when you sleep, read this sentence at night. Every time you justify bad behavior for a good cause, you take a step toward evil. Extremely important. Priestesses and sermons and priestesses. Since we seem to be paying compliments now, I'll give you some of my own. I know that you're practically a saint, Leandra. We all believe in the importance of this mission, but it is not just the will of Pulura that keeps us here. It is also you. Your leadership inspires us, but sometimes holiness is not enough. Sometimes someone just has to get their hands dirty and do what needs to be done. Interesting that the lawful path again is by any means necessary get the truth out of them. I would like it to be the lawful good path to help them on their path to redemption. The problem is we need lawful. Otherwise we're going neutral good again, and then we can't be a paladin anymore. So, enough arguing. Kathar is right, even though I'm not sure that is right. But I need lawful. We cannot trust the sincerity of these cultists. We must get the truth from them by whatever means necessary. Alejandra buries her face in her hands. Interrogations and torture. The holy shrine of Pulura. I cannot bear it. She walks away without lifting her head. Discord among allies. Such a thing weighs on me heavily. Somebody help, it's the cultist, the one who didn't want to give his name. He started shaking, whispering something, and then this haze surrounded him. All the guards around him lost consciousness, and he got up and started walking toward the temple entrance, like he was leaving. But we don't know what to do. We need to go there at once. Make haste. Oh dear. I know we shouldn't have allowed them in the temple. Let's go. Hurry. And we were right. Of course, the echo would have imbued him with some sort. Oh my goodness. The victim's eyes are closed. His breathing is ragged and incoherent moans escape his lips. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This cultist has summoned someone here. Spare my companions, they didn't do anything. I believe we were looking for shelter in Dresden. So he knew what he was up to, of course. I deceived them too, and now I will die. I'll become a worm in the abyss, I deserve nothing more. Okay, so you betrayed an angel, and what did you do next? You're going to betray more people. Well, very well done. That is why you can't trust traitors. You recognize the monster that towers over the cultist's blood-soaked body. You've seen this beast before. It appeared in a vision you had about the death of Lariel, when you were in the caves beneath Canabris. The monster looks like a Descari, a hideous cross between human and locust. It sways on thin legs as its head turns from side to side. However, it does not seem to be frightened or aggressive. On the contrary, it seems strangely calm, as if completely unaffected by its current surroundings. The sound of his voice changed.
Questions. I will provide you with some answers. Yes, you have fallen into my trap. Even you fell for it, hand of the upstart. It has been many years since I caught your angel in the caves beneath Canabris and allowed him to leave his flaming sword in the stone. He promised that sooner or later, someone would remove it, and I decided to believe him. I kept a watch on the sword. I have watched and waited all these years, waited for the promise to come true, for the sword's new owner to bring me to you, to take me to the secret temple. You protected it well. In fact, the temple is still hidden from my sight, but I do not need to see the temple in order to destroy it. I simply need to know where it is.
His hair pales slightly, his body tenses, ready to spring into action. Are you the fat ass of Descari, I presume?
Knight Commander. That is how one ought to address you, yes. I've been watching you for a long time, and I already know how, when, and where I'm going to kill you. Mortal children like to tear the wings off of flies and butterflies, and I, in turn, like to have my fun with the inheritor's pets.
Silence, Echo! You fiend! Do you think I do not see your secret desire? Erodin overthrew you. He brought his hand down upon you and crushed you like a gnat. Since that day, you have nursed your resentment and jealousy, letting them fester within you. You are too much of a coward for honest combat. You prefer to ambush your prey, striking from the shadows. I will put an end to this. I will put an end to you. And you will take the secret of Pulura's fall with you to your grave.
There is so much you do not see, Harold.
Uh-oh. Suddenly, the echo stops short. His head twitches from side to side, then falls forward onto his chest. His hands hang down limply, like a doll. Time seems to slow as he stands there unmoving. Oh no, let me guess, the real Descari is taking over? That would be bad. The air grows thick and heavy. Then, the echo raises his head, turning it from side to side as if assessing his surroundings. As you look into his blank eyes, you realize it is no longer the echo who stares back at you, but someone entirely different.
Let's see. The stench of the upper planes and the abyss. colorful flashes. Magic that deflects the gaze and obscures the vision. It must be Pulura, the mistress of bright lights, who has tried to hide her temple in my domain. How could you let such a thing happen, Iomade, the imposter? Don't you feel sorry for your angelic allies? You should have just ordered them to serve their priest up on a platter to me. The end result would be the same.
The herald's knuckles are white as he grips the hilt of his sword. However, the angel remains silent. No, say nothing.
So my echo has found the temple of Pulura. I wouldn't call it an achievement, but it's not bad for a magnet molded from the souls and bodies of mortals. What else? Gold, light, a sweet smell. It all seems suspiciously like heaven. Well then, Iomade the imposter, whom have you sent? Could it be your herald? And your new pet from Canabras? Or have I already killed that one? I lose track of such things. There are so many of them fussing about with their halos and wings, babbling their long, arduous prayers to some self-proclaimed goddess. Will you ever get tired of sending your favorites to the slaughter? Nothing to say, imposter? One day I will knock on the doors of heaven and you will have to answer. So remain silent for now and observe. Today there will be no bloodshed. I will send the echo back to the abyss right now.
You feel the strange oppressive presence suddenly disappear. The echo remains still, frozen as if in a trance.
Quick! Let's kill him before he comes to his senses!
Your main flaw is predictability, pawns of heaven. I already know your next move, your methods, your plans of defense. I know how to catch you off guard, and it's as simple as catching a bird in a cage. I will return to the abyss, as my lord has ordered. But I am not retreating in defeat. I am carrying off my prey. The screams of your zealous guard will haunt your every waking moment, and thoughts of him will taunt you in the silence of the night. He will be my entertainment until you are within my grasp.
Damn demons and all their cunning guile. The echo escaped with a prisoner, and I could do nothing to stop it. I was only able to protect you. The echo of Discari doesn't want to face me in a fair fight, so he attacks my allies and friends. Fair has been taken by the echo of Discari. He was a wall of protection around Pulura's fall. Now the wall has fallen. You took their side in the debate about what to do with the cultists. Oh, would that have meant that if we had sided with Eliandra would have been taken prisoner? Why is the echo pursuing you, hand of the inheritor? My lady Iomide inherited the throne of heaven from the great Arodin, the same Arodin who overthrew the echo and has stopped Discari's last attempt to break through to Golarion. This is why the Echo hates anything, and anyone associated with Arodin's legacy. Okay, so the dragon was killed by the Echo, not the real Discari. The real Discari isn't in Golarion. And of course that legacy includes Iomide. As her herald, I just happened to be first in line. Discari himself spoke to us. I wouldn't say he spoke to us. The angel gesticulates angrily. He was addressing my celestial lady Iomide. He must have thought she was watching us. This demon lord never wastes his time communicating with mortals or even with celestials. He barely notices us, or at least pretends not to. Why didn't the Echo fight? That is not exactly easy to explain without delving more deeply into the nature of demons and more specifically the Echo of Discovery. The hand of the Inheritor speaks slowly as if he's reluctant to continue. Demons are created by the Abyss to have a single purpose. They are made to destroy, desecrate, and torture. But the Echo of Discovery is not a real demon. His monstrous creator used his own power and the souls of his mortal followers to make the Echo into what he is today. He was not born in the Abyss, but on Golarion, and Discovery wanted to use him to open a way into the world. I have faced this monster before, and have defeated it in many battles, but his soul is infinitely vile and filled with pride. A pride that has been wounded. The Echo suffered a terrible defeat at the hands of Erodin, and was exiled to the Abyss, vanquished and disgraced. Then his pride took another blow when a simple human witch, Ariel Volesh, succeeded where he had failed. She opened the way for demonic hordes to enter the mortal world. So if you wish to understand the Echo, you must understand that he is wounded and angry, eager to have a revenge for all his grievances and defeats. And that is why it's not enough for him to simply kill his enemies, even when he can easily overpower them. He wants those who stand against him to suffer and thresh in helpless rage, just as he did. That is why he chose not to fight, and why he did not bring a horde of demons with him, even though he has them at his command. No. He wants sadness and terror to poison our souls. He wants our hearts to be heavy with grief when we think about the ally he's stolen from us. The Echo wants our minds to be filled with the horrors and torturers of the Abyss, tortures, so that when we sleep, the screams of pain and prayers for help become the nightmares that wake us from our slumber. And the angel trails off. Eliandra wraps her arms around herself sadly. There, my faithful God. How can I keep myself from thinking about what you will have to go through imprisoned by that monster? And I cannot help you. The care of our community and temple now falls to me alone. Now that the demons know the temple exists, the temple's inhabitants must be brought to Dresden. If the community wishes me to lead them to a safe place, I will do so. However, I will stay here. Our mission is not yet complete. We've given over 100 years, a whole lifetime for some, for the chance to heal the world wound. We cannot give up now, and I think the others will make the same decision. Besides, even if the demons know the exact location of the temple, Pulura's patronage still shields our sanctuary from their eyes. We will stand our ground. I have faith. Yeah, you are going to die. I don't have faith in that. You will survive. What can we do to save the Echo's victim? He went to the Abyss, to the Rasping Rifts, to the minions of his lord. Even if our hearts wish it, we cannot simply rush after him. Incursions into the Abyss are 100 times more dangerous than anything you've faced before, champion. So dangerous I would not risk sending you there until it was absolutely necessary. The angel sighs heavily. I will return you to Dresden, and then I will send a message to heaven. If I turn to the sources of wisdom, perhaps I will find something that will help. We must not lose hope, no matter how dire things may seem. And I would ask you, mighty champion, to look for Targona the Angel. She is a light that must shine among the ranks of the Crusaders once more. One day, we will finally give the Echo of Tiscari what he deserves. Then, we'll save everyone he has ever threatened. But now, it's time for us to return to Dresden, champion, and prepare for war.